Okay, I'm Sydney Andrews, and today we're going to be talking about what makes a good story in a video game. To start it off, I'm with Riley Taylor and Luke, don't know your last name.
Hayne.
Hayne.
It's fine, too. It's fine.
It's fine. Okay. Now, to start us off, in my opinion, I think the best part of a story is the characters involved. Because without a character, there's no story, really. Like, you need something there. If you have a bad character in a story, it just not going to work out.
Yeah, I would agree on that.
Mm.
It's like with Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, that's a good example.
A lot of the story, I was just like, Ghost,
Yeah,
Captain Price. And
Captain Price especially,
Yeah,
because
Yeah,
that's
everyone
what's
loves
good
Captain
about it. He's
Price.
such a rememberable character,
yeah.
and that's good with a story because the characters actually mean something. They're important. They're
Yeah, and I think the mystery behind Ghost as well, like, who is he?
Yeah,
Sort
They
of.
always need
love
a
that.
backstory involved. as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. And Ghost just didn't have one. And that's
Yeah.
why I think everyone enjoyed him so much.
Yeah.
we all knew it was Gaz from Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah,
voice, but
just secretly.
secretly.
Just his son,
Yeah,
nobody knew.
but no, I did like that. I did like that.
I mean, I don't think any of the COD games have an amazing story, in my opinion.
No, but I didn't mind the Modern Warfare 2 story.
Yeah, that was
That's
a good
probably my favourite Call of Duty. But yeah, you're right saying about the characters. But not always.
Yeah, no.
Like, we've all played Skyrim, right? Elder Scrolls.
Oh,
Skyrim.
Yeah, obviously.
yes.
Now that you don't play as it's a role-playing game. You don't play as of course you play as a character, but you don't play as a character of their own backstory. You make up your own backstory.
Yes, so everyone has their own sort of...
And that has, and that has like an extremely good story.
Yeah, it
that
does.
game, like
So many options. You can do
yeah,
anything.
you just put into this world, with the dragons returning.
Yeah.
There's a civil war, and
You don't even have to play the story either. You
Yeah.
can
No,
just do
you
whatever.
just mess about. Like,
Yeah.
the thing with Skyrim is, at the start, when you're sitting there in the wagon,
yeah,
you're sort of just sitting there, it's like, oh, it's gonna be good. And you see all them characters, and straight away you think like, oh, they're gonna be like my mates in the
Yeah.
game.
Or they're
And
just going
then-
to die because Skyrim.
Yeah, and then it's just, oh, you're getting your head chopped off. Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Maybe next time. I feel like another good game with a good story is Dishonored, if you've played that. The first one.
yeah, Dishonored.
I started playing Dishonored, but didn't really enjoy it. It wasn't the story, it was just
Yeah.
the
You
way the
didn't have
game
much
played.
options.
Yeah.
Thing. You had to do the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Dishonored, and I haven't picked Dishonored 2 up yet, but I'll definitely be getting that. But Dishonored had a really good story, I think.
Like, Corvo's a really good character. He fits in pretty well.
And there is multiple endings.
Is it?
Yeah, there's two. I think there's only two, but
Well, that's still better than
Yeah,
just having the same one
which
over
is
and over.
also good with a story is depending on how you play the game.
Or like in
through.
Dishonored, it's about high chaos or
Yeah,
stealth.
I think a good game for character building and you getting interact with character is Fable. Have any of you?
Yeah. I
yeah,
played Fable
Fable's
3, which isn't actually the best one,
Nah.
but and I see what you mean with Fable because that was good.
Obviously, you got the good and
The
bad
bad,
side.
Yeah.
And you could marry.
I always just chose the bad side because I always thought
You
that
always
was
get
fun.
devil horns and it looks pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. That was good.
And
I
you
like
always,
that.
You always kind of get backstory in Fable as well.
Mm.
Like the first one, it was
Yeah,
him
it-
as a kid at first. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, he was a kid and his family got
Yeah,
murdered, so
and he
you're
had to
like
learn.
revenge.
Yeah,
Mm.
like most games, like a lot of games.
Yeah. Fable is a good one.
So that is true then. So like characters make a good story, but
Yeah.
at the same time, with a role-playing game such as Skyrim or
Yeah.
whatever, when you create
all
your
about
own
the plot.
character, it's like you
Yeah.
create your own backstory.
Mm.
You imagine who you're playing as. But another game which has got really good characters, and I don't know if you guys have played it because it's a PlayStation exclusive, is Uncharted.
I've heard of it and
Yeah,
I've seen gameplay.
Yeah, I've seen gameplay.
Yeah, because the first three games, they're quite old now. The
Mm.
first three games, and they have a really good story. It's about this guy called Nathan who's a treasure hunter and things
Mm.
like that. It seems kind of generic, but it's mostly the characters involved,
Yeah.
which make it really good. And all three of them they're sort of less serious. They're kind of jokey and things like that. And then the fourth one is completely serious. It's the last one, I think.
So they want to end it basically. That's why
yeah,
they're
so
making
it's
it
sort of the
series.
end game, and the fourth one's quite recent. A Thief's End, it's called, and it's so much different. It's all the characters. It's so much more emotional and
Yeah.
serious, and it's like that change. I really like that. So I think if you're gonna go with a game which is like narratively driven,
Yeah.
characters are the most important thing you can have in it.
The thing is, even certain sports games like FIFA,
Oh, yeah, they
they're-
also have kind of a story.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
they're starting to make. They made a new mode in this year called The Journey, where
Alex Hunter.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
Alex Hunter and you're a young prospect, and
Yeah,
you go through and you can make your own decisions on what you say in interviews.
Pick your own team.
Yeah, and it sort of helps with your character build with the fans. So I think Sid's right on the fact that characters are quite important into games.
really important, I think. I mean, like we said with Skyrim, you know, it just doesn't really. I suppose it does have memorable characters,
Yeah.
not in the sense of they're really good
If they
characters.
die, you're not gonna really care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I say most of the time most of the time I make them die anyway.
Most,
Yeah.
most of the time, the player's killing them. Yeah, it's true.
It's like on GTA 5, when you used to call a mechanic. The,
Yeah.
the reason they got rid of him when he get obviously where you used to get your car and he used to leave. Main reason they got rid of him is because every time someone would see him, they would just spray him down with bullets.
That's why characters are so important because like in that sense, you don't really care about that character or whatever. So if you're gonna have a narratively driven game and you had important characters, you'd be more attached to them, and it makes the game a bit more serious.
I feel like going off from this topic, there also has to be a really nice designed world involved. Like again, Skyrim, perfectly designed world, has a lot to do with it.
I disagree on that.
You think?
Yeah, because I play a game called 7 Days to Die, which, if you've seen, it's not the greatest
Graphic.
looking game, but just the way the game plays and the fact that it's like one of the only really good zombie survival games that makes it
What's that?
enough.
7 Days to Die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard
Isn't
of
it
that.
PC exclusive or is it?
It was a PC exclusive, but it's on Xbox
Oh,
One
okay.
now.
Nah, okay. Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews on it, I would say.
Yeah, it's a good game because it's quite controversial because it's a lot like Minecraft in the fact that you can build anything, but
Yeah.
it has some realism in it with
Yeah.
like you gotta have support beams or the floors will cave in. But the graphics,
Need work.
yeah, they're the biggest downfall for it.
See, I was thinking of getting that game, but I thought, graphics. Maybe that was the wrong idea to think of, I guess, but, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain games that have good graphics. It's just the way the game was created, like the design of the game, makes it look like it's really bad, like Minecraft.
Yeah.
The way the game's designed, because obviously it's all pixels, everyone's like, oh, that game's shit.
Except if you're like 4 up to like 11. And then
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
And
Yeah.
then, but the graphics on it are
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I do agree with that, with the world, because one of the best games I've ever played is The Witcher 3.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I haven't played the last two. I will when I can, when I get my PC sorted. But yeah, the world with that, because that's a narratively driven game. It's also an open world game. It's also a role playing game, but not in the sense you're role playing as your own character. You're role playing as a
Yeah.
character
What's the
called
character
Geralt.
called in Witcher?
Geralt. He's called Geralt. Yeah, he's a Witcher. He's one of the last surviving like monster hunters or whatever. But yeah, it has a amazing story and a really good lore. It's just backstory and really interesting characters. And when you say like the world is really important with that, it is because because it's like a fantasy world, fantasy story. The whole world is so much more immersive when it's well designed, and you can immerse yourself in that story and that lore so much better because it's so well designed. So yeah, it does make sense, but not always though. So Luke,
Yeah.
you are right as well.
I think one good thing about video games as well, which is the script. like some of the dialogue that is used in the game.
Yeah.
Just like in Skyrim, like some of the characters, they say weird stuff, but then you have like the iconic scenes where it's like, I used to be a Skylander like you, but then I was shot in the knee by an arrow.
Yeah, that was a good line.
I think there's certain lines that some characters use which are really good.
And it helps you remember the character as well.
Yeah. It's like GTA.
Yeah, that had a brilliant script.
Yeah.
Brilliant
All of them
dialogue.
have pretty good script
Yeah.
involved.
'Cause, especially, you know, like the stuff Trevor comes out with is absolutely outrageous and absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
And that obviously helps with character development or whatever because he's a crazy person. But yeah, dialogue's really important. I'm gonna go back to Uncharted as well because yeah, it does. Yeah, the main protagonist, Nathan, you play as, he's a treasure hunter. He's kind of like a really sarcastic, funny kind of guy, and like, you know, the stuff he comes out with as well is really funny. And that, because characters, like we said, is really important for them to have good dialogue to be able to develop that character is really important. So dialogue's is quite important as well.
Yeah, I feel like another good game with dialogue would be Telltale games, like
Oh
Tales
yeah,
of the Borderland.
Oh yeah.
That had a sick dialogue in it. You could pick between so many options, change everything that happened.
Yeah, I mean, I started playing Borderlands 2 for a bit,
Yeah,
and I can't remember his name. That little robot thing that follows you
Claptrap.
around.
Claptrap,
Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah.
his dialogue and the tone of voice he has. In
Yeah.
that.
it fits with the character.
So annoying,
Mm,
but that's the whole point. Yeah.
It's like there's a certain scene on like mission on San Andreas where he's a famous actor who's on a show called Arrested Development,
Oh yeah.
and he plays like a guy called Tobias. He has a really annoying voice, and the whole way through the mission, you're driving an RC like plane, and you can like shoot guns and that from.
Oh,
And the whole way through, you just hear his voice in the background.
Oh.
You just sit
Yeah, but it
there.
helps you remember him, and it's just
Yeah.
comes back later, I guess. Any other games?
Um,
Might have decent dialogue.
I know me and you. Well, actually no. No, I was gonna say a game, but no.
What game was it?
I was gonna, not for dialogue, but for story in general,
that's
would
fine.
be Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Because I mean, it has died a bit, but I
Well, yeah,
mean,
they keep going and it's killing it.
yeah, it is just Assassin's Creed is just. It's something I wouldn't have thought of. It's just something, you know, like it shrouds, the whole story shrouds you in sort of mystery and thought
Yeah.
of like, what do we actually know anything, you know, about this world, or it really makes you. It's one of those stories that really makes you think.
Yeah,
and I think that's really clever.
Two, and I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah,
The good thing about Assassin's Creed is like they've got this far with just from like one guy
Yeah, that's true.
that is all based on, and that shows how good of a story it is that they can like long it out for this long.
I think now they're trying to bring in new characters, like in Unity, I think it was. They're trying to bring in multiple new characters. and
Yeah,
stuff.
Assassin's Creed Unity, I think it was still based on like it was one guy, but
yeah.
you can have like 4 characters, like four of your mates playing at once.
It's just, yeah, Unity didn't have the best story. It was a disappointment. I mean, we're not talking about gameplay and such, but the gameplay was improved, combat and whatever that was
Yeah,
that
that-
was
But
improved.
the story ruined
the
it.
story is nowhere as good. It was just the ending as well was kind of like, oh, is that
Yeah,
it?
it was a stupid ending.
Yeah, it
don't
was
really know the
satisfying to
ending.
play gameplay wise, but it was just the story.
Right.
I mean, because Assassin's Creed has such a good story.
I thought the scene, like where it was in Paris in like middle of the revolution, I thought that was very clever, because you would always run past like someone getting hanged, or fires starting because they're having like a riot sort of situation. I thought that was pretty clever.
Yeah. And that goes back to your world. You know, a good world makes a good story, immersion, things like that.
Yeah.
You know, being in
Realism
Paris,
kind of
seeing
thing.
things happen around you, makes you more immersed into the story and what have you.
Okay, the last thing I want to say is realism in a game. Like, you need to have a bit of realism to like get you into it. Like, you can relate to what's happening, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like GTA, well, not GTA, kind of, depending on where you live.
Yeah, quite controversial, but Call of Duty and Battlefield at the moment.
Yeah.
Call of Duty's going in the path where it's space, like jumpsuits, like
Yeah, that's not.
suits that you wear that give you special abilities.
Yeah.
And Battlefield's going to like the World War One sort
Yeah,
of
that's a good
scenario
idea. in my
with
opinion.
like realistic weapons they use.
Takes so long to reload
Yeah.
everything.
And then
More challenging.
yeah, and you have
Get killed in
Battlefield
one
4.
hit.
And more people are playing Battlefield than Call of Duty recently.
Yeah. Because Infinite Warfare have gone too far, I would say. They're just dying out.
Yeah, I think they've just run out of ideas.
Mm.
Yeah, so they're just putting like lasers and things in it to make
Yeah.
5-year-olds go, oh mummy,
Because they've made it like a
buy me Call of Duty.
yearly thing, haven't they? Like
Yeah.
that's their thing.
Yeah.
They release yearly. I think it's got to a point where they're just rushing games out.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. Okay, we're gonna end it up here, I would say. Okay, thank you for listening. Thank you to Riley and Luke.
So.
Cheers.
Bye.